So MD Anderson has been involved with WIN since the beginning. Dr. Mendelsohn, our former president at MD Anderson, is the chairman of the WIN consortium and was just elected to another 2-year term in that role. And together with the Institute Gustave Roussy, we initiated this exciting work, and the consortium has grown now over the last several years. It includes many institutions that are also part of our GAP network, our Global Academic Programs Network, but then there are also other kinds of partners here in WIN that we don't have. The GAP network is an academic network, so we do research, education, exchanges. On the research side, we have a very broad portfolio of seeded projects that includes some clinical trials and also elements of personalized medicine, but it goes beyond that. So we also do work in palliative care and integrative medicine. We do very fundamental laboratory-based research, patient-oriented research, epidemiology, and so on. So we see WIN as an ideal complement to that. The GAP network is very open platform, broad in its intentions. WIN is a very strategic, focused engagement around personalized cancer therapy. So we feel the two really balance each other very well and continue to see tremendous value in being part of the WIN consortium. Collaboration is key in modern cancer research. I think WIN was created in acknowledgement of that fact. Especially in personalized cancer therapy, where as you increasingly define the cancer on its molecular basis, you increase your impact on the patient, but at the same time you also keep shrinking the number of patients eligible for any one particular medicine. So that's why we really need to work together with centers across the world so that we can accumulate the patients. And so collaboration is critical. It's really in our blood in academia. And in the GAP network, we do this very naturally on an academic basis. What's exciting about WIN, there are many things that are exciting about WIN, but one of them is that this consortium includes partners beyond academia. And that's really unique. So the team, Vladimir Lazar and his colleagues, have been very effective at bringing in technology partners, pharma partners, and also nonprofits and even Blue Cross Blue Shield. So we really have a lot more players here at the table. And so forming collaborations here really takes you to a whole new level. WIN's work is really just, I think, on the cusp of making a major impact. As many people will, I think, readily acknowledge, and we certainly made that experience also in the GAP network. The execution on clinical trials across borders is very complicated and regulatory intensive. And actually that's one thing that I hope that the WIN consortium tackles down the road, is trying to dismantle some of that, what we believe to be an excessive burden of regulation that really slows down research. So the first trials that WIN is working on are just emerging now. The winter trial is really gaining steam, and some great new ideas are being talked about that really emphasize the strength of our consortium. I mentioned pharma partners being there. That's very exciting, and technology partners. So that allows us to very quickly deploy trials where you need the technology to assess the patient's tumor, to do the molecular characterization. You need the pharma partners to bring the agents that target the pathways that are revealed, and then you need the clinical partners, the academic partners, to have the patients and run the trials. So I think in the next year or two, you're going to see some really exciting results coming out, and we had shared some interesting and exciting new things in the business meeting yesterday. So those are a little early to talk about publicly, but we're very excited. So in GAP, we have a seed fund mechanism, and we have actually 60 different projects running in that. And it's impossible for me to describe this. Even when I present the program formally, I just put up a word cloud with sort of keywords from it, from all the projects. But it's really a broad spectrum of research. It's very exciting. Things have come out of it already. Just some great basic biology, some comparisons of sequencing projects with, for example, head and neck cancer in different countries where different environmental factors have impact on the tumor. And we're just beginning to see now the first major papers coming out and some additional grants. It's really a seed fund program, so the idea is that it gets things started that then grow into bigger things. You know, what's exciting about it too is that because most of the projects involve multiple institutions, we're really, you know, bringing the network closer and closer together and getting people to connect. So we have an annual conference where everybody gets together. And now as I walk around that conference, we had it just a few weeks ago in Seoul, Korea. I see everybody, you know, people who know each other and have gotten to know each other and really become close collaborators. So that's really exciting.